Okay, Sagittarius, so we're in the darkness. It's Halloween. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. 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 And you can imagine you've met Oliver if you are a returning visitor. And you can imagine how Oliver knocks at the door all night and would be. So I am hiding. And so we're kind of in the dark, which is very Halloween-y vibe, right? So for those of you that are new, I am an intuitive, and as an energy channel, that means that sometimes what I see is not traditional. We could pretend that I'm wearing a costume, that I'm being like 90s grunge, right? But I've got my 1980s underneath, so I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to be. Me as a young adult, I guess, kind of, because that's when I was there. But if this was me as a young adult in the 80s and 90s, like my hair would be so high, I would be like touching heaven. All right. So let's see what's going on here. At the end of this reading, you can find the extended down below or at mindsetunicorn.me. There will be two different options now. You will have the option of joining Patreon, which renews on the 1st. So if you really want to join Patreon for $1 and see the extended, great. I don't expect you to give much on the last day of the month, and then you can just cancel the next day if you don't want to stick with it. Or you can go to the new link that goes over to buy me a cup of coffee. Okay, so you'll have two options. You can just buy a one-off video, or you can join the membership program. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. There's almost like a renewal that you're waiting to come, right? It's like this is the child waiting, okay? And the spiritual self knows that it's going to birth anytime now. This is moving beyond illusion into this space where you're going to grow, but Spirit's saying it's going to take you a little bit of courage to grow through whatever is coming. So today we're going to do a little bit of a soul path reading. We're going to get some messages from your ancestors. Okay, we're going to find out what your inner child wants you to know and get some cards of destiny from the I Ching. I will do the traditional reading over on Patreon to continue the flow of energy. All right. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, the heart in the sky was trying to come out. Feels a little like Venus, right? Underlying, we've got the rainbow. So there's a collision of rainbows, right? So a collision of souls coming. Your ancestors want you to know that the challenge really is to stay very open-hearted. You've done a lot of work to get there, but it's almost like your Venus is getting ready to kind of be in opposition almost of Neptune, but you're holding on to like you're holding on to the moon from this lunar eclipse right in your solar plexus, waiting for this birth to drop. Okay, and so you're waiting, right? The water, something emotional is going to happen. You're waiting for that water to burst so that you know it's time for this birthing to happen, but it's not happening in the cycle that you would like it, with the moon being in reverse. It's not happening when you want it to happen, which could feel very frustrating for you. Okay, let's see what your inner child wants to say. We'll do some clarification on all of this after we get these baseline cards out. Okay, look at that. I'll show you a better look at that in a minute. I know in the dark it's kind of hard to see because I do have just a little ring light behind me here so that you can see me. Okay, underlying, we've got, there's my little King of Pentacles. Okay, getting the completion done. Little King of Pentacles says, yep, I'm stabilizing for my future, which makes a lot of sense because you're like, I'm trying to figure out how to invest, okay? That's my Seven of Pentacles, how to invest and grow. But you don't feel like you're there yet. Completion, the World in reverse. Again, because the water hasn't dropped yet. As soon as it does, your inner child's like, you're going to be tempted to go crazy, okay? So maybe you're going to have a big drop of money, okay, for some of you. But you're going to be tempted to go crazy with that, okay? And Spirit's like, don't do that. Don't go crazy, because we know that's what your temptation is. Let's see here. Thank you. A couple cards of destiny. Thank you. Again, the moon trying to sneak out, but only enough to show you that it's not happening at the cycle that you want, okay? You're learning how to play alone if you're like a really people person. You're learning how to play with others if you're somebody that likes to be independent, okay? Underlying there. This is going to give you some introspection on how you practice your own sort of control or have control issues. We do have a little bit of a stink coming in here that has to be dispersed first. It has to do with respect and has to do with intimacy. You may feel like you're not getting respected for who you are in the physical embodiment in some way, shape, or form. But your inner knowing here with the Raven is that you don't really need your intuition. What you need right now is wisdom, and that is knowledge that you've gained moving forward intuitionally, okay? And I think that that's probably where you get a little bit stuck, okay? So let's go ahead and look at this, a little bit at this. Tell me about this heart open space, okay? Two of Wands, Knight of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. Yeah, for some of you, I really am getting that there's this almost like demand to really provoke your fire in some sensual way and prove yourself, okay? Either as whatever gender you are, prove that you're enough of a woman or enough of a man, right? Or even just get out there and speak to others about, you know, the cycles that you've been through. But it's not, Spirit's like, but you're wanting to speak of the moon that is not here yet, okay? So this birthing here, the water, we've got the Six of Wands in reverse with the Hanged Man, and there's the Queen of Pentacles. There's this boredom, right? Your inner child is saying, whether you're the King or Queen of Pentacles, there's a counterpart coming, okay, in some way, shape, or form. Person, place, or thing. And yet you're like, woe is me, Five of Pentacles here at the bottom, never going to happen. Because Four of Swords, you're just quite tired of this birthing process, right? Like, everything hurts and I just wish that whatever it is would get out of me, right? Tell me about this off cycle. Thank you. Interesting. The Four of Wands is crossed by the Wheel of Fortune. You may not think that you're in the place for that kind of a commitment. Or if you are in a commitment, you may not feel like you are. We've got the Six of Pentacles with Death, right? You don't feel like you are going to have enough to give to somebody else because whatever, you're like, I'm getting ready to birth something and whatever's coming, it's going to take so much out of me, right? Again, this is really old contracts that you're trying to cut yourself free. The old illusions, okay, of your fire. And I feel like that's what you're having to learn here. What do you want to hurry and invest in? Knight of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, and the Five of Cups. This is a lot of your own very determined energies, right? We have the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, right? Like, I can. This is telling me I can, okay? I know my own truth. I can take as long as I want. I can control everything. But the Knight of Cups isn't here. So there is this sort of almost like F you universe, that you're not giving me what my heart wants and desires. Why this isn't completed, it's not dropped yet, right? Page of Cups, Strength, and the Eight of Pentacles. Spirit's like, right, you got to have that final like push when everything starts to come through. We've got that Temptation, again, the Knight of Wands, the Emperor, the Eight of Cups, and the Five of Swords. Hold on 1 second. I did not pause. Did you like her Happy Halloween, bitches? She's off to her boyfriend's house. Okay, so this is going to have to be edited. Sorry, guys. So, again, there's this, I can control this, I don't need love. And that's actually self-sabotage here for you. You're like, I'm just all power, all fire, that's all I need, right? Again, moving upwards. We've got Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, right? We've got the King of Wands, King of Pentacles, King of Wands, King of Swords. It's like moving upwards in this very determined energy that I know, okay? But this introspection that's coming, the Empress, the Magician, and the Eight of Swords, just when you think you're out, they pull you back in, right? And all of a sudden, everything that you thought you knew, you don't even know it all. Because the bear speaks to our north node, speaks to our soul's purpose. Everything with the Emperor and the Empress coming in here, everything's gonna flip on you. And this skunk, okay, that's what you're holding on to. 10 of Wands, 7 of Wands, and the Lovers. You are so resistant to whatever this is, because you've already determined your path, okay? The magic that happens here, though, is the Chariot, the Four of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles, right? There's the Moon. You don't have the control of the cycle. The universe is like, we're controlling the cycle. We bring you love when we want to. We're on, the Chariot's riding on the waters. We'll come in when we want to. We'll do as we please. And we'll bring the knowledge when we want. And I feel like it really is going to be a yin and yang divine moment for you. And it's going to just shock the crap out of you. Again, it's coming in the next 3 months here. This is, or the last 3 months of the year they're talking about here. So it could be coming anytime. They're saying soon. That cycle shows up, you'll know. Because it's going to force you to take a leap. It's probably not going to happen till after Scorpio season. Scorpio in reverse there. Okay, because that's when you are working on this birthing process. Maybe the couple of weeks after Scorpio season is when you really feel the birthing on that birth canal with Freya there in the 5D. Could be dealing with a Cancer, but it is, again, almost like a shock that when the moon shows up, because you didn't expect this to happen. But this has been a perpetual energy just waiting for, just waiting for the moon to arrive. There's the moon, the trickery, trick or treat. Okay. Let's get some advice. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, 10 of Swords. In reverse, the King of Swords, the Empress, and the 8 of Cups. Okay. I think the reason that you're like so determined not to know what this is that's coming is because you've already felt in many ways you've lost something that was so important. And it could have been something where you felt it was out of your influence. And so you've really not let love come back in. There's the Knight of Cups and the 4 of Cups. You haven't really let it come back in, but you cannot stop that energy of the Lovers. When something that powerfully divine comes in, you cannot stop it. Curious, if you don't have kids and you are about to have a kid, or if you do have kids, I feel like they're about to interrupt the crap out of your world for the next 3 months while you're trying to let this in, let this birth. Because I have had immense like interruptions in your video. There's the furry kid down there crying, right? Like, I think that that's really something that's going to come in for you. Yeah. Only once you get out of that opposition. Once you're out of the opposition of your Neptune and your Venus sort of an energy, which is secret lover and the lover, like kind of happening there. When you start talking to the future, the Fool and the 3rd house there, everything shifts. And there we've got Venus, which is both Libra and Taurus, right? And there's Venus, and there's, again, they're just reminding us here. Okay, Neptune. It's not until those two are out of opposition. So, okay, let's go ahead and get a couple of pieces of advice from the universe. 7 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. Okay, and there we have the Queen of Wands underneath. There's a beginning of a queen. So there's a beginning of passion and fire meeting fire coming. You may feel it within, again, your own energies of your own sexuality, your own fire. But I think that for the most part, you don't feel like it's about your body. You're not working on your body right now. You're not working on that sensual aspect of yourself. You're working on the 7 of Pentacles, on the growth, on the investments. And that's why I think it's going to be such a shock for you. So let's go ahead and close off with an oracle. All right, thank you, Spirit. Yeah, okay. The Yang moon is the moon magic, okay? When this birthing happens, the strength comes in and transforms everything. Transforms all the fire in a way that I don't think you can even imagine. All right, so I am going to move over to those extended links. You can find them down below, or you can find them at mindsetunicorn.me. You can also find personal readings and the links to my books and the decks that I've created, all there. And if this is where we leave it, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Help others to find the message. Have a safe and happy Halloween. I love you guys so much, and I will see you next time. All right, bye.